Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. We're after a second straight front of a live studio audience. We're after a second straight 3-in-1 week. Daddy did the same thing this past weekend that my Chargers did. Got even. In all my tortured years of Chargers fandom, never was I more satisfied than being able to watch my Bolts put the final nail in the Chiefs' coffin. A franchise that is so spoiled that despite going into a game at 6-7, they still thought they had a shot to make the playoffs, and they got what they deserved as both their playoff plans and their QB's ACL went sideways. Looks like it'll be a white Christmas for Pat Mahomes, as last I checked, that was the color of both Vicodin and Percocet. And speaking of how we'll be feeling this holiday, let's get to some nummy holiday picks. My first pick, the Eagles are giving 6 and a hook to the Redskins in D.C. In one of the NFL's 2 Saturday division rivalry games, Mr. Hurts is heading to Washington to face the Commanders. And while I would normally be wary of laying a TD on the road on short rest, that's not a problem this week because the Eagles basically had a bye week last Sunday when they faced the Raiders in a 31-0 blowout. At this point, playing the Raiders is like playing the 85 Bears if they came out of retirement. Don't laugh. As bad as McMahon looks here, you think I'm kidding? Because over the past 3 months, Jim McMahon has 2 fewer wins and 14 fewer interceptions than Geno Smith. And he actually has an advantage over Smith because he couldn't remember those numbers if he wanted to. His brains are scrambled. Sadly, the only people that will have more trouble forgetting these numbers are Raider Nation, who will call for a one-and-done year for both Smith and Carroll, and I cannot imagine that they will not get it. Look for Philly to take advantage of their extra week of game speed practice this week and use Jalen Hurts' arm as much as his legs, which will be a slight variation from what we usually see in D.C., which is gunning, then running. They shoot people. Give me the Birds, and I'll lay the 6 and a hook on Saturday. My next pick, the Bengals are laying 4 and a hook to the Dolphins in Miami. Hey, want to know what that hawk to a girl has in common with this jock to a girl in Miami? Neither has been worth talking about in over a year. Actually, they have a lot in common. After the men that were so enamored with both of them have grown tired of their same old shtick, trying to get by on shit they did in college. Actually, that's not fair to the hawk to a girl, because unlike the Miami front office, guys actually wanted to see her flat on her back and half unconscious. So they can rape her. But alas, the fact that the only thing less reliable than Tua's accuracy was if they would have him available week to week. And you cannot build a team around that, which is why the Dolphins finally gave up on their number 5 pick. And just like any man with the hawk to a girl, eventually you get tired of them jerking you off. And they make an even angrier face when they're watching you sling it. Because it stinks to you. Give me Cincy and I'll lay 4.5. My next pick, the Chiefs are laying 3 to the Titans in Nashville. If you think I'm done piling on the Chiefs, guess again. Not only are they the biggest crybabies in the league, but they're the sorest losers. And again, what do you expect from a team that thought the anomaly was the blowout in the Super Bowl and not the fact they got every break imaginable last season and just as easily could have finished 7-10 as they did 15-2. So what did they do in the offseason? Nothing. Nope. Rather than rebuild a terrible offensive line and an aging defense and a thin receiving core, they replaced Tyreek Hill, who broke his son's arm, with Rasheed Rice, who was suspended for leaving a hit and run. Oh, yeah, and promoted 30-year-old running back Kareem Hunt, who was once suspended from the NFL for kicking a woman in the head. Yeah, instead of rebuilding, the Chiefs spent the offseason retooling. And this is the kind of games guys like that will win, because the Chiefs will win to make people think they're still relevant. They ain't. They'll win, they'll cover, and they'll vanish in 2 weeks. Give me the Chiefs, though, and I'll lay the 3. Which brings me to my W Money Monday night bet. The Colts are getting 6 from the Niners in Indy. Say what you want about Phillip Rivers, but despite being out of football for the past 3 years, he not only held his own against the Seahawks' number 4 ranked defense, but led a go-ahead drive in the final minutes of the game. Considering he spent this past Sunday the same way as the past 4 years, I can't be surprised, because all he kept doing was trying to keep up with 10 other wild kids. Yes, 10 kids. The only difference is none of his 10 teammates shit their pants on Sunday as Rivers led them on a go-ahead drive in the final minutes. He's got to feel good coming off that test of real speed and getting his first hits. Against the Seahawks' number 4 ranked defense, and now downshifting to the Niners team who doesn't even rank in the top 10, despite having a schedule that faces teams easier to put it in on than it is on Phillip Rivers' wife. The game would be much closer than Vegas would have you think, as Rivers hands off to Jonathan Taylor and keeps it short and sweet with his wideouts, sending them on more slant routes than Marco Polo.
Oh, boy.
It's not.
Wait, the Colts won last week?
No. They had a game-winning drive. By the way, take the Colts and lay the 6. And then the Chiefs, the Seahawks kicked it at the end. Those are Geno's picks. We good, babe?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I
go
feel
home.
great.
Because Marco Polo stole pasta from Gooks.
Oh, boy.
What?
End recording.
End it.